Me too.
Okay, thank you so much for taking the time and meeting with me so that we could talk about your brand and how to market your brand with me, which is my name is Zalika. You can also call me Z. And I'm going to just share my screen so that I can show you.
Okay. Thank you for meeting with me. I'm super excited to see everything that you prepared today. What you've sent me already is really exciting and amazing, and I think it's going to be perfect for Amaiya's atelier.
Okay. So I do want to apologize. Just starting off, it is not supposed to be gray. I tried to fix the logo colors, but it's supposed to be black, but it was just a technical error on my part. So here is what I I wanted to give you a little bit of a preview into like a logo possibly for you, just so you have an idea of what that might look like. So this is the logo that I came up with. Really simple, very clean, little has a little edge with like the typing basically. So we'll start with your social media marketing. So I definitely wanted to go with 3 platforms we can always go into after assessing a few months of how much your growth has increased. We can always look at TikTok, which I was thinking of, but because you are a luxury brand, I wanted to start off with these basic ones just because all luxury brands are on these platforms and they're really well to like promote through. So we're looking at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So for postings, I wanted to do Instagram and Facebook the same, 6 days a week. That would be Monday through Saturday. It would be one time a day. It'd be 9 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and then 12 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. This is just to kind of give your audience a little bit of a shakeup. So that way, I mean, on some days, it's not the same time all the time. It's a little bit of a surprise every other day. You're going to be posting stories 3 times a day, which would be in the morning at 10 a.m., 6 p.m., and then 10 p.m. before everyone goes to sleep. That's just for engagement and for keeping your content up to date with everybody else. Twitter, we would do 6 days a week as well, Monday through Saturday. We would do once a day, and it would be at 9 a.m. We would repost our Instagram posts, as well as I wanted to focus on Twitter, following as well as retweeting local artists, your communities, events that are happening. Because I feel like Twitter is a really great platform for just doing that, just reposting it and like people just eat it up, I feel like. So with promotions, we would do seasonally, we would have a 20 to 40% off, and I will get to why it's going to be between that percentage. The price of your promotions would be $3 per click. We would do that 4 times a year because we're going to do it seasonally. So your total annual promotion cost would be $13,333, and this is for one platform once a month. So your once a month price would be $13,000. That's per platform. So annually, each social media promo would be about $150,000. Your influencer whom I picked would be Lena Waithe. I'm so sorry. And the reason why I chose her is because she is a Columbia College alumni. So she definitely understands where we come from as artists. She's an artist herself. She's from Chicago. So she understands the community that we're coming from and what we want to build off of, especially focusing in on Black communities and Black artists. And she is really, really active within the LGBT community as well as Black communities too. So I kind of priced her promotion per post with Instagram at $10,000, and it's a low ball. And the reason why I lowballed it is because she is so active with trying to help the community that I wouldn't think that if we explained to her your platform, that she would be willing to do it for this much, as well as this would give awareness to not only for her brand, as well as seeing like that she's helping other Black artists as well. So I definitely think that she would be able to do it for that much. I don't know if you knew, but last June when the pandemic hit, she was also helping Black artists on Instagram to pay their bills. So I thought this was a really good way to use her and utilize her platform. Okay, so your target demographic, I wanted to make it unisex. So the line that you were looking at was blazers, pants, or you could do like a suit and you could do it yourself, like customizable. So that's why I wanted to make it unisex. And of course, in the artist community, we all like to wear, I'm wearing a men's shirt right now, so. So men and women, it's going to be 25 to 35, and with men, it'll be 20 to 30 years of age. I'm looking at men and women from both Black and brown artist communities. Their occupation would be artists of multimedia, or they are students. And so their salary would be around 20 to 80K. They're probably doing side hustles, side jobs. Their locations would be here in Chicago. And I'm definitely looking, especially if we had someone like Lena on an Instagram platform, you're looking at huge growth. I can already, because everyone right now, especially with Instagram, I feel like, what's the new hype? It's a customizable blazer. And now everyone's going to want it. You know what I mean? So I feel like that would be the best way to do that. With website branding, I have been using Squarespace myself. And so I've become very, very acquainted with the platform. And I've heard a lot of really good things from other people who have used this. It's only $40 a month, and this is for their premium. And you could use this for service, for your styling, as well as your product. And of course, you know, worldwide shipping. I definitely want to be able to do that eventually when word of mouth becomes bigger with your target market. So have you heard of Squarespace yourself?
Yeah. Mhm,
Okay.
yep, I currently use it for my, side job.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. I have made my own website through this. I think it's easiest to use. I also love their templates. They're so beautiful. I definitely think that luxury brands could use them. Okay, so your packaging. I wanted to use Uline. So Uline actually has really great prices. I did your unit count at 10,000 units, like maybe per month. This can definitely obviously increase, but with the $10,000 units, you're looking at $870 to maybe $2,000 a month per total. That's just for your 100 cartons, basically. It would be black, really simple and sleek, as you see on the side. And it has the cotton ribbon. And I wanted for your, to make it a little bit more luxurious. Obviously, we're going to have sheer tissue, but what I wanted to make different was your tissue would change seasonally with emerging and well-known artists through Chicago. And we would basically use a piece of theirs, and it would be just through that season. And basically people would get to know their artists through that way. So I think that, and also they would have like their card. There's also little itty gritties that I was definitely thinking, but in order for ways to understand who the artist is, you know, we could include their card with the package, or like we could do stickers, you know, just so that people understand who they are, and it would have their whatever platform they would like to use, like their website or their Instagram platform. We would be able to also add that on so that people know who they are.
Love the idea.
So your pricing strategy, I really wanted to take into consideration your pricing strategy that you gave me, the 50 to 100. I did also want to take into consideration that you are a luxury brand. And so I priced it just a little bit higher. And the reason why I did that is because we are going to have seasonal 4 times a year promotions. And we're going to have the, you know, a discount where even if they did, you know, do the 40% off, you're still making cut. You're still making the money back. So I want you to be able to make the money, but as well as make it affordable for everybody else. And I think especially it being so customizable, we're artists, and especially now people are definitely spending money on small businesses as well as Black businesses and Black artists. They want to support these businesses. So I feel like you would definitely get the support even at that price. And I think that's a really good price for something that's super customizable, as well as we'd be able to tailor, and a tailoring fee we could only do for $50. Okay, and another promotion that I wanted to also let you know was because you talked about your loyal customers, I wanted to give your loyal customers a little something for them. And so we would have a loyalty program. This would be via email. It's only one time a year. It's a QR code that they would be able to redeem. And this is 40% off of their choice, either a blazer, a pant, or a suit set. But it is not a rollover. So it's only one time a year. If you don't get it and you don't use it, then you have to just wait till the next year until you get that loyalty program code again. So I thought that was a cute little incentive for our loyal customers. And our budget and timeline. So working with me, this is where we get to negotiate a little bit. So annually, it will be $80,000. That will be $6,666 per month. And the timeline will be a contract of 1 year. I will let you see how it is working with me and how your growth as a brand would look after a year. The terms with my contract would be that it would be a full year duration. And if the contract is broken before that year ends, I would need to get a payout of the 50% of the $80,000. And this would start next month, May 1st, and it would go until next year of May 1st.
Sounds great. Okay, I'm gonna let you say thank you before I get started.
Thank you so much.
Of course. I love some of the ideas that you have in there. Could we go back through it really quickly just so I could
Definitely.
like put the things? Um, I we can just jump to Lena's slide actually.
Okay.
Love the fact that you chose her since she is a Columbia alum. I think in the first like package that we were going through, you had chose Jada, and I was a little bit like
Sorry.
thinking about that.
Yes, I forgot that I did write that. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna change this.
Yes, I was a little bit apprehensive about Jada, but so I love that you changed it to Alina, and I think she definitely speaks to the unisex of both men and women. So love that
She
point
carries it
there.
really, really well. I think she has that femininity, but she's also able to carry that like little bit of masculine with her as well.
Mm-hmm. And then she relates to me being a entrepreneur from Columbia, and she's from Columbia. So
Exactly.
love that. Let's see. Here, I had a couple of questions. I love the demographic for the men, 20 to 30. I think that's perfect. For the women, I was wondering, why did you pick specifically 25 to 35?
You know, I was actually more targeting women for when they graduate. So, or like when they're a little bit, I feel like actually, the reason why I did choose it is because I chose women so I currently work at Aritzia at this moment. And the demographic that we have that, women are coming and looking for that power suit or that kind of like that power blazer. And especially if it's kind of like funky or customizable, I definitely think this is the age that they take it a little bit more seriously. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but we can always adjust it too. We can always adjust it to it being the same for both men and women. I just think that men sometimes look for that blazer piece a little bit earlier.
No, I totally agree with it. I was just wanting to know your thought process behind that and a little bit more to why. So that's good. What else did I have? This was all perfect. Love the idea of Squarespace. Very familiar with that as well. No issues with that one.
That's amazing. Because then if anything, if any like problems or there were little minor tweaks that you wanted to do, you are so familiar with it yourself. This would be easy for you to use as well, like to make little minor edits.
Okay. I think this one. So, okay, my question here with this slide, you said you would use Uline.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not as familiar with them. So they're kind of like a wholesale packaging company. Is that what they are?
Mhm.
Okay, got it. And now is this the 100 carton? Since it is going to be a customizable line, I was wondering, like, do you think, like, projection wise, I'm a little bit worried that maybe 10,000 might be too much just as an initial launch. Do they have like smaller packaging
Most definitely.
options? Okay.
Most definitely. I kind of highballed you just
Mm,
in case because you've been around for so long that I
mm,
feel like if we did go with the approach online, especially Instagram, I feel like I'm projecting that it might be a lot higher. And
mm.
so I just went with a higher number. But if you would like, I can always send you figures for a lower amount as well.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. All right. Okay, pricing strategy. So with this one, I think I'm following you with how you said that the reason why you increased the price was because of the promotion strategy from the beginning with the coupon code. How do you feel about if we were to lower it just a little bit more? So maybe like maybe like 225 to like a 275 area
Okay,
or something like that.
let's see. I just want to do 275.
Because my thing is like, what were your calculations going into it?
So my only thing is because it's a blazer and pants, I feel like, especially like a suit set, the fitting is very finicky for
Mm-hmm.
men and for women. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like when it comes to something that's going to be either super timeless or a pop for somebody's wardrobe,
Mm-hmm.
it should be like at the best quality.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to best quality, obviously, we have to use like, it's gonna be a little bit pricey in terms of, like, your fabrications and getting it made,
Mhm.
but